Good evening, Rabbi Isai. Welcome to today's Shir Rambam. Baruch Hashem. We're starting here Perek Yutes, an extremely long Perek, but we're going to handle it. So that's why we decided to go a bit quicker pace on this Perek, and we're going to make some animations on things which seemed like which were needed some extra clarification. And we're going to address all four types, I guess, of punishments, which have malchus also, meaning secondary, meaning there's a kares, there's a punishment of kares, and Mrs. Bezdin, and Misa B'Yishamayim. So these three, each one, some areas are chayiv malchus, and are chayiv misa. Some areas are chayiv misa, and are chayiv malchus. We're going to touch all the ones that have malchus, and connect it with other ones as well. And then we're going to hit only the ones that have the only malchus and no other punishment involved. So, kol loisasei shbeyesh b'kodesh ve'ein by misas bezdin. Any loisasei that has kodesh, it doesn't have penalty of bezdin, capital. Shalikilim, you deserve malchus on it. 21 cases. Ve'elohim, habal l'chaysi, someone has proper relationship with his sister or with his on his mother's sister, on his father's sister, or on his mother's sister, or on his wife's sister, someone has a proper relationship with his wife's brother, someone has the wife of his father's brother, someone has some relationship with Anida, or someone who eats chaylev, which is improper fat. You're not allowed to eat illegal fat to eat. Yeah, someone eats blood. Someone eats chametz. Someone eats ad Yom Kippur. Someone does malacha ad Yom Kippur. Someone eats neisar. Neisar is expired meat, meaning it was a carbon, but you're not allowed to eat a carbon after a certain time. Every carbon has expiration date. 2 days, 3 days, a day and a half, a day and a night, one day and 2 nights, 2 nights, 1 day. Yeah, let's see. You see that? It says over there that you're only allowed to have it for 1 day. See, one card, I think Kaman Hashem has, I don't know if you can read it over there. It says that you're allowed to eat it for 1 day and 1 night, and that's it. So if it's past the expiration date, you're not allowed to eat it. If someone eats pigul is meat, a carbon, or meat from a carbon that was shechted, but the kohen had a thought, hey, let's save this meat. He was shechting and said, hey, I have a Hanukkah party coming up in 2 weeks, let's save the meat for Hanukkah. No, if you thought about that, the carbon is person chayim malchus. Hatami shechal basa kedesh. Someone impure, he ate a basa from that's kedesh. He's not allowed to eat. Hatami shechal nichas azara. Someone's telling me you walked into the azara. Hasheich kachim b'chutz. Someone shechs kachim outside of the Beit Hamikdash, outside the azara. Hamayla kachim b'chutz. If someone makes a mizbeach outside the Beit Hamikdash and he makes a carbon there, you're not allowed to. Hamifatim b'sashem. If someone tries to mimic shemen mishcha, Moshe ben the shemen mishcha, we used to oil the kohanim. If someone actually takes the real original Shemen Mishcha and he puts it on himself, if someone also tries to mimic the Ktoides. All the people that are Chai Misa B'Dishamayim, they have mitzvahs leisa say that have a Maise, that Chai Malchus on it, they are 18. And these are the following. Elohim, Zor Shechot Magadela. A zor is someone who is not a kohen. The 8 truma gadela, bein tahila, bein tamiyah. Even if it was pure or impure, it's chayim malchus. Zor she'ochal trumas ma'aser. If he ate trumas ma'aser, even though it's a truma which is meant only for the Levi, still he ate it. Zor she'ochal bikurim. A zor that they ate bikurim after they went into Yerushalayim. After they came into Yerushalayim, it's a problem. Let's see if we have anything for that. You see, those are the walls of Yerushalayim. And he walked in with a fruit basket. The second he walked in, boom, He's not allowed to eat it until till the whole process afterwards. And if he ate it, he's Chayim Malkus. So Shachal Truma, someone who ate Truma and he wasn't supposed to eat, someone was ate Achal Chala. A Zor that ate a Chala, he's not allowed to eat Chala if you're not a Kohen. Someone eats fruits and vegetables that Trumas and Maises are not taken from it. Someone eats dough that Chala wasn't taken from it. A Kohen which ate an impure Kohen that ate pure Truma. Kohen shenichnas. Now we're just gonna cover a whole bunch of scenarios, and all these scenarios are Chayv Malkus. So we're not gonna say Malkus every time, but we're just gonna cover all the scenarios. Kohen shenichnas, a Kohen which went into the Beis Hamikdash without, he didn't come to work, he just came there. Kohen sheyotze min hamikdash b'shas aveda, someone who left the work, a Kohen that left work while he was supposed to be working. Levi she'avad v'avedas gehavim, Levi which Leviite which did a Kohen's job. Zor sheshimash b'mikdash, a stranger which worked in the Beis Hamikdash. Musa b'gadim v'der kazev v'lekeim avad, is someone who worked in the Beis Hamikdash without the proper clothing. Kohen sheshimash, a Kohen Tami sheshimash, an impure Kohen which worked in the Beis Hamikdash. A drunk person which worked in the Beis Hamikdash. Yain sheshimash, Tvul sheshimash, someone who was not fully pure, meaning he did the process of becoming pure, but he's not fully pure. Let's show a picture of that right here. Let's see, it's going to start from the beginning. Let's see if it's going to start from the beginning. Yeah, it's going to start from the beginning, you see. Let's wait one more time. See, now it's dark. It's day, and now it's dark. That is a full yard. He had to wait till it gets dark. Once it gets dark, he started. But he didn't wait that time. Before it got dark, he went around and he started doing things in the Beis Hamikdash. That's Tvul Yoim. Musa Kipuni Shishim, someone who didn't do the kabbanis that he was supposed to do in order to get pure. He didn't do it. Someone didn't take care of his hair that he was supposed to take care of every 30 days. Cut off his hair. There's also someone went to the Beis Hamikdash with ripped clothing, worked with the Beis Hamikdash with ripped clothing. If someone works in the Beis Hamikdash without washing his hands and his feet, even though he's doing a prohibition, but it's a prohibition which is from a proactive prohibition, a proactive mitzvah, therefore he is not chayiv malchus. Also a prophet which got a prophecy but did not share it, that's also a problem. That's also, he's not chayiv malchus. Or someone who heard a prophecy but he went against the prophecy. You have even though all these three people are chayiv misa, they did not chayiv malchus. All these Yisurim come from, it says that you have to listen to the prophet. So what if you don't? You're not allowed. It's prohibition, but the prohibition comes from a proactive command. So because it's coming from a proactive, you're not chayav malchus. Dalet. This is the other scenario that we mentioned earlier, that there's no karis, prohibition, there's no karis, and there's no death penalty, but it's chayav malchus. 168 cases. Let's go through the 168 cases. Someone creates a getchke, an idol to worship. Someone even makes something which looks like an idol, even for nice. You're not allowed to do it because people might get mixed up. Yeah, that's in front of the show. We don't put up pictures of people in the front wall because people shouldn't get mixed up. If someone turns to the idols, yeah, he services them in one of the ways of service, saying the Avodah Zarah. Making someone puts up like a statue or something, or some building, and everyone comes there and prays outside for the Avodah Zarah. Okay, someone plants a tree in the Mikdash. Someone puts like a little tree, a little rock with pictures next to the Avodah Zarah. It's also not allowed. Someone swears the name of Avodah Zarah. Someone swears the name of Avodah Zarah. Swears or promises. Someone enjoys some Avodah Zarah. Someone builds a city which the whole city will determine that they're serving Avodah Zarah. Someone enjoys from the air in Nedachas. Someone behaves like in the ways of the Goyim. Someone does a certain type of Avodah Zarah. If someone, let's remember what this one was. He looks at the stars and he starts figuring out, let's do this, and it's like some sort of avodah zarah. Menachesh, if someone also like he guesses, he sees something falls off the table, like, oh, a piece of bread fell off the table. Okay, fine, we're not going to do this. We're not gonna, that's a form of avodah zarah. A chayver, someone tries to like speak to animals, and he tries to tell them things, even though he's not saying proper words, just making up stuff. That's also hadirish lamesim, meaning for protection. He's doing it. Like he sees a snake. Oh, the snake! They want the snake to bite him, so he's saying some weird stuff. Yep. Hadirish lamesim. Someone speaks to try to speak to the dead, so it should come to him in the dreams. Someone wastes the name of God off a piece of paper or whatever. Someone breaks a stone off the mizbeach, or someone burns wood of the midrash. Someone thought he's a firefighter and he's burning out. He's taking out the fire of the mizbeach. Someone walks in the mizbeach with steps. He's not allowed. He's supposed to go with the ramp. If someone goes into the with impure clothing, someone whose tummy walks in harabais, someone takes off the rods, the sticks of the orin. Someone takes out the rods that are supposed to hold it. That's another thing. Someone takes off the rocks from the chayt mishpat that's on the kohen. Yeah, the 12 stones. Someone rips the coat of the kohen. Someone sacrifices a carbon on the mizbeach hazel, which you're not supposed to, only particular times. So if you did it in proper time, in proper carbon, a kind just strolled into the Beis Hamikdash without any purpose or any time of work. Baal mum which walked into the Beis Hamikdash. A drunk person that walked into the Beis Hamikdash. A person that has a mum went to the Beis Hamikdash. Someone didn't have a bris, went to served in the Beis Hamikdash. A Kohen which swapped jobs of a Levi. Kohen that walked in without dealing with his hair properly, doing what he's supposed to be doing. That is also he grew his hair for more than 30 days. That's also a problem. Or a Kohen that walked in with ripped clothing, or someone who makish bali mumun, someone puts in, if someone makes holy animal which has a blemish. Hashechatan, someone shechts these blemished animals. Someone throws the blood of the blemished animal. If someone continues the process of when it throws the piece of meat onto him, puts it on the mizbeach, and continues finishing off the whole process of a mumin with a blemished animal. If someone gives karbanis of goyim, which are bali mumim, if someone puts a mum in an animal which is supposed to be a carbon, which is hegdish. If someone works, if someone works with an animal that belongs to the Beis Hamikdash, if someone cuts off if someone trims here from an animal which is hegdish, if someone puts in the mizbeach, someone sacrifices or honey. If someone takes the leftover of the carbon mincha and it makes it to chametz, you're not allowed to. You have to eat it without making it chametz. Someone sacrifices any sacrifice that requires salt. It did it without salt. If someone who takes money which was used to pay a woman to do improper relationship, uses that money or uses that animal that was given to that cause, it's also chaymalkas. If someone puts oil on a carbon that's meant for a poor person does not put oil on his carbon, on his carbon chatas. So, and if he did, that's chaymalkas. He also doesn't not put levina. Someone puts oil also same to he put oil in the carbon seta. And it's an olive levina. If you put in it also levina. If someone separates the head from the chatas from the chicken when you're shechting it, yeah, from the bird. If someone tries to convert his animal with the hektish animals, swap animals. If someone eats impure, if someone eats a carbon which became tummy, someone eats something which is not proper for the mikdash anymore. A kohen which ate holy meat outside of the zara. A stranger, he ate Kaddish Kadashim after it was already given after the blood was spilled on the mizbeach. Zor she'achal basar b'chayr, a stranger which ate meat, which is a b'chayr, which goes to the kohen. It's supposed to go to the kohen. Akihenes shenisus lezor she'yecheles chazav v'sheik afilu achamis lebal. Akihenes, which married a stranger, so to speak, someone who was not a kohen, and so she automatically loses her title of a kohen, and now she can only she wants to eat parts that go to her after her husband passed away, because she thinks she got her status back, but she doesn't. Once she marries someone who's not a kohen, she loses her status forever. Chalala shechadim is someone who is a chalala, someone who is like a daughter of a kohen, but the kohen married her mother when she was divorced, so he was not allowed to marry her. So that's called a chalala, and that was not allowed. So she's not allowed to answer. Somebody's kachim kalim, which you had to eat Yerushalayim, we had to eat outside Yerushalayim. So you had to eat outside Yerushalayim also. Somebody's kachim kalim before the blood was sprinkled onto his mizbeach. Somebody said the meat of a firstborn outside Yerushalayim. Someone ate ma'aser sheni. Someone that brought it from his field, he brought it inside to the base of to Yerushalayim, and then it was supposed to be given to the Kohanim, and he ate it. Once it entered Yerushalayim, you're not allowed to eat from it anymore. Let's see a picture of that. You see the walls? He walked right through the wall, and he has a fruit basket right there. So the second the fruit basket, as soon as it enters, as soon as it passes that wall, you're not allowed to eat it anymore. Up until one point, you're still able to convert it. But the second you pass through the wall, boom, you're not allowed to eat it anymore. A kohen which he thought that he deserves it, rightfully deserves bikurim, but he didn't do the process of putting it inside the Beis Hamikdash. It went into Yerushalayim, but he didn't put it inside the Beis Hamikdash yet. That's a prohibition. Yeah. Sorry, kohen shochal bikurim chutz Yerushalayim achar shonchal bazar. A kohen which ate bikurim outside of Yerushalayim after it entered Yerushalayim, after it entered the Beis Hamikdash, and he then he took it back outside. That's forbidden. If someone eats ma'aser sheni, which became tamei, but he didn't convert it back through pediyah, through paying or something, give him something in exchange to take it out of kedusha in order to be able to eat it. If he ate it before he took it out, he's not allowed to eat. That's a problem. Someone eats ma'aser sheni after someone's relative, his relative died. And also all the kachim. Yeah. Someone who didn't have a circumcision, who ate kodesh or trumas. Somebody eats from the mincha, which goes to the kohen, and everything else that's for the kohen, or has to get burnt in his beach. Or a chatas that has to get burnt. Somebody eats from that. Same to anything that has to get burnt, and someone eats from it. Or shechet pesach al chametz. Someone shechts a korban pesach when he still has chametz. If someone breaks a bone of the korban pesach throughout the day, pesach rishon and pesach sheni, whatever it is, he is chaymalka. Someone takes out from his meat with the meat that he's supposed to eat with the congregate of his group, and he took it out to a separate group. That's a prohibition. Or if someone or he ate it outside, that's another prohibition. Yeah, it's chayv malchus. Someone ate korban pesach, wasn't cooked. It wasn't roasted. He ate it cooked or partly roasted. Someone enjoys some hegdish, something which belongs to Beis Hamikdash on purpose, intentionally. If someone eats tevel, someone eats fruits and vegetables, which we did not take meiser out of it yet. Even though they took out the truma, but they didn't take out the meiser, the truma for the matana for the poor people. Every 3 years, you have to give from the produce to the poor person. If someone did not give it even to the poor person, that's problematic. Yeah. If someone eats from a animal which was deemed to get stoned because of its wrongdoing. If someone ate from it, even though he slaughtered it, he shechted it, tapia lacha, you still is a yeah. If someone eats a impure animal, if someone eats an impure bird, if someone eats a impure fish, if someone eats sheret saif, it's another form of bird, a flying mammal. If someone eats a creature that's crawling on the floor, someone eats creatures of the water. What is creatures of the water? It's obviously not fish, because we're going to say fish. So this is addressing animals which do not look like fish, like dolphins, sea whales. Also, these things are included in sheretz that they are not allowed to be eaten. Someone eats animals from the ground that are just created from the ground. Also, those you're not allowed to eat. Someone eats insects that come out of like fruit flies after they disconnect from the fruit. It's interesting because it seems like according to here that as long as it's connected, as long as it did not disconnect from the fruit, you're still allowed to eat it. Once you disconnect it, you're not allowed to eat it, which is very interesting. It's like a chiddush. Meaning, there's a scenario where you are allowed to eat an insect based off this. Somebody eats nevela. Nevela is an animal which died without being shechted. Somebody ate a teifa. What's a teifa? I'll show you here the scenario of a teifa. That's a teifa right there. The cat came, tried attacking the chicken, and someone came and saved the chicken. And now he wants to shech that chicken and eat it. Well, if that chicken was attacked, you don't know how long that chicken is going to live. So therefore, you don't know what's the status of how healthy that chicken is. So you're not allowed to eat it unless you know for sure that it was able to survive. If someone eats directly from a live animal, someone eats the hip. Someone eats meat and milk together. Someone cooks meat and milk together. Someone eats from tuvo before the test of Nisan, before he gave the common name. Someone eats arla before the 3 years of ripening. Someone eats from a tree before the 3 years. Only then it's allowed to eat. Once you plant a tree after 3 years, only for it to be allowed to eat. Someone eats kilaim of vinegar. Someone eats chametz on Pesach. Someone eats chametz after chametz erev Pesach. Yeah, if someone creates or has actively chametz in his property on Pesach, like he created it, he mixed water and dough together, he created chametz. Someone drinks which is wine which is meant for the carbon for avodah zarah. Another which ate wine, another shegileach, another which shaved, which is not allowed. Another shenitim meis, someone who a nazir which became impure to the dead. Someone cuts off the hairs around the teras. Someone cuts off the signs of teras. Or he roasted himself, or he did it for fire, like he peeled off or whatever, like burnt it a little bit, the teras. If someone works in a field, sorry, there's hearing some noise in the background. If someone works in a field which was their egla rufa, you're not allowed to work in that field. Someone works in Eretz Yisrael during Shvius. Someone trims his tree on Shvius. If someone cuts a bush, a wild bush that grew during Shvius without a shina, you could do it, but with a shina. If you do it without a shina, it's a problem. Yeah. Someone also congregates all the fruits and vegetables without a shinu, without making it doing differently than the way he does it the rest of the year. Someone plants in the year of the Eva. If someone cuts without a shinu, if someone also brings in during the Eva without a change. If someone cut his field and he did not give for the corners for the poor person. If someone cuts his vineyard and did not leave for the poor person. Someone takes a leket, all the pieces which fell, he went and collected them for himself before giving it to the person from his field. If someone trimmed also cut from vineyard and he didn't give the poor person even the small pieces, did not give. If someone takes the aimer, which is supposed to be left for the poor person, and did not give it to give him. If someone takes the mother, if someone takes the mother while she's still on the nest, if someone takes, or someone takes, if someone takes the eggs and they didn't send away the mother, he didn't send. Sorry, you're supposed to send away the mother, but he didn't send away. He just took the mother. You're not allowed to do that. Hazir kilayim. If someone plants kilayim, someone plants kilayim in Eretz Yisrael, which is a double prohibition. You're doing kilayim and you're now doing Eretz Yisrael. A special prohibition for Eretz Yisrael. So it's gonna touch that. Hazir kilayim. If someone also does kilayim for in the vineyard, which is forbidden. If someone merges, breeds two trees together, anywhere. If someone breeds to animals. If someone plants with kilayim. If someone blocks the animal from feeding while it's plowing, or someone shechts a mother and its son the same day. If someone gave his friend, if someone lent money to his friend and he took a mashkin and he did not give it to him when he needed it back. If someone took a mashkin from a mana and he did not give it to her back and he burnt it, and he's chayv malchus. Someone ruins kalim of vessels which are meant to eat, and someone ruined it. Someone witness false witnesses, and then you discover that he's false, but now he's no way to pay back because the witness that he did was not worth any money, so he gets malchus. If someone hits his friend, there's not a blemish, maybe flicked him in his ear or something, I don't know, that he's not, it's not sheva pruta. Maybe he slapped him, it's not sheva pruta. If someone if someone is I don't know what's the word, a kid who's misbehaving in the way of the Torah describes what does it mean? Someone seriously misbehaving, someone steals his father's money or whatever, and he eats his wine, he drinks his wine, he eats his meat. So there's a witness about that, and someone chayv malchus. Yeah, if someone gets that title, he's chayv malchus. If someone says something wrong about a person and it turns out to be not true, just stop this, spreads a rumor about him like that. If someone curses out his friend using Hashem's name for no reason. If someone swears false. If someone swears for no reason. If someone swears something and he goes against his swear. Someone walks out of 2,000 amas, out of the Shabbos boundaries on Shabbos. If someone shaves in places that someone shaves his hair. And someone shaves off his beard, and it's particularly in the places that you're not allowed to. Sorry, I started to mess. Someone engraves on a dead person. It's someone makes a dead person bald. I guess someone puts tattoos in. Someone wears shatnez. You're not allowed to wear shatnez. Someone ruins a fruit tree just for the sake of ruining it. A person that wears a woman's clothing. A woman that wears a man's clothing. A kain which became tummy to a mess. A kain which married trying to marry a woman which has improper relationships. A kain which married a divorced woman. A kain which married a woman which is not, which let's call an ex-koyanim, ex-koyanis, or koyan godel shebal almana av b'shleikisha, someone a koyan which had a relationship with a widow, even though he did not marry her. Someone has a proper relationship with if someone tries to remarry his ex, someone who he divorced, but she was already set up to marry somebody else. She already had kedushin. She already married somebody else. Now he tries to bring her back. Someone who married someone who's supposed to go to a yavam. If someone's family passed away, she was the last relationship with married the brother. If someone's husband passed away, she has to go and marry one of the brothers, and the brother has to release her or marry her. So if he married her before that, someone came on a woman who's a prutze, yeah, someone has improper relationships with people. Mamzer mamzer, which someone who was born from improper a marriage, and he's not allowed to marry anyone from the Jewish, and he married her. Someone who's not capable of giving birth, of reproducing, and he married someone Jewish. But he saw a masoret ish